Unmute. What's going on, guys? I hope you are having a fantastic Saturday. It is a glorious day here in South Carolina. And, I had a really good start to my day. I got up this morning. I went to the gym, did a little hour and a half workout, a little cardio, little weights. Came home, watched Breakfast with Brian, as I do many Saturdays, and hung out with our boy D. Piercy's Comics over there for a bit. And fix some breakfast. And so I've been trying to eat better and work out and stuff. And it's just good for my health and my mental health, my physical and my mental health. So for breakfast, I fixed these oatmeal banana pancakes. So you take a couple of scoops of old-fashioned oatmeal and put that in a blender. Then you add 2 scoops of protein powder, and I did use vanilla protein powder, some almond milk, some cinnamon, a little Splenda, and you start blending that up, and then you drop in a couple of very ripe bananas and let it kind of sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and it gets nice and thick, and it's really good. So that's what I had for breakfast while I was watching Breakfast with Brian. So I appreciate you guys hopping in with me on a Saturday. I just feel good because I got my day started off right. So that's what I'm trying to do that every day, on the weekends too. So I think I'm going to start with a couple of pickups. This was something that those of you who are in the On the Radar Discord, we've been talking about this for a bit, and I'm going to snag, give me just a moment. I'm going to snag the link to I think if I link the YouTube, everybody should be able to figure their way back around to the Discord from the YouTube link. But I'm going to copy this and paste it for those of you who may not be familiar. Really good podcast, and the Discord's awesome. All right, great minds think alike. I like it, man. I like it. That's awesome. Just feel better, man. Just feel good about I'm ready to tackle the day. And the time change really messed me up. I don't know how you are, but the time change kind of messed me up. Once I got used to getting up I would get up at 6 in the morning and go, because I kind of, for my day, I would rather do that. I don't know that I personally prefer that, but just for the way my day shapes out. And it kind of gives me the same feeling on weekdays, that hey, let's go tackle this thing, man. Let's go tackle it. So, but the time change threw me off, and I haven't been getting to sleep at the right time, and I haven't been sleeping great, and it's just a lot of things playing into it. So I try to, if I missed a couple of days this week, and I'm trying to go 5 or 6 days a week. So just to keep sharp and feel good. So all right, this was so back to the Discord and On the Radar podcast. So there's the link in the chat there. And one of the things we've been talking about is, we talk about a lot of stuff. Comic books. We talk about NFTs. We talk about video games and grading of video games. We talk about vinyl. We talk about cassettes, action figures, comics. I mean, you name it. It's really cool to branch out and try some other things. I kind of blindly picked these things up. I'll show some real quick pickups this week, but kind of blindly did this because Trey, one of our fearless leaders at On the Radar Discord and podcast, had mentioned this. And dang it, and I should have written down the guy's name. I think it's White Sword is who he mentioned, but he's been talking about these X-Men number 12s with the first appearance. And so I found a few online on eBay. This was an eBay purchase from one seller in particular. And so I got 4 copies there. And this is the second print. So see it on the in the corner there. That's kind of cool with the red and black. Absolutely, man. It is really cool. It's been a lot of fun to follow. Stuff that I'm not as familiar with, man. I've just enjoyed learning. So yeah, just stuff like this. Finding some. Hey, let's go track some stuff down. And what I thought was a pretty good price. I got those. Brian LCS, what is going on, man? Brian, I have not watched your. It was fun hanging this morning, by the way, and I have not watched the CBCS awards announcement with the different channels. So if those of you who have not seen that and are interested, go check out Brian LCS. He's got a video where he talks about this year's awards. Nominations are coming up. It's something that I back and I believe in, and I think it's good for our community. It's not a bunch of people nominating their buddies. If you've got the internet and you can navigate the internet, you can go vote on a YouTube channel for this award. So it's not this little, hey, we're not passing trophies to each other. This is legit. So I appreciate you, Brian. And thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Ferd, that was so I picked up the second print, 4 copies of the second print, and then I also got 2 copies of the first print. And I'm with you. I really like this cover. I do like it. I think it's not that the cover's phenomenal, because it's the same image as this in the middle. I think it's the layout, it's the design. I'm a graphic design guy by trade, so I like the shapes that they use and how the page is laid out. So I think that's the thing that I find appealing. I tell you, these white covers can get those things can pick up dirt in a heartbeat. And this one's got a little staple stress there and a little dirt by the staple, but I'm pleased with so I've got 0 first prints, 4 second prints, and 2 of the third prints. So, and that's just on Trey's recommendation. I was not collecting comics when that came out, so thank you, Trey. In Trey we trust, and if you recommend something, I'm probably going to pick it up, FYI. So thanks. Yes, we were. And it's like Beetlejuice, man. If you say Brian LCS 3 times, he will pop up in the chat. So guaranteed. So Mr. Jizzy Gillespie, what is going on? I almost canceled the stream because I was so worried about letting you down that you said it better be good. It better be good, Southpaw Brad. So I got a little nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, so those were some pickups. I got some other things. I think the other pickups are probably another show worthy. Like, I've got enough that I did some Second and Charles stuff. Let me I will give you a sneak peek though. Let me give you a sneak peek. This was some Second and Charles. So if you guys do not have Second and Charles, these are a couple books. Second and Charles is like a discount bookstore. They have pops, they've got video games, they've got books. It's a bookstore that has all this other stuff. They've got vinyl and they've got comics. And so they yes sir, man. I'm all in. If you recommend, I'm listening. There's people out there listening to what you say, Trey. We are on board 100%. So thanks for the tip. But so I was out there, and all of their I won't say all. Most of Second and Charles's comics are $1.95. So I start digging and I start going through. So this is just a sneak peek. This will actually be its own video somewhere down the road. But Mr. Pickles Nichols, what is going on? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry I can't hang with you guys on Sunday. That would have been a lot of fun because you know, somebody's got to stand up to Ferd and his um his teasing of you. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to in a future stream, man. I enjoy y'all's show, and um actually, since I got to know the channel, I might have missed the first couple, but since I got to know the channel, it's been a while since I've missed the Sunday stream. So I'm disappointed. Well, I've got family obligation, but we all know that stuff crops up. Um but it's been a while since I've missed one. So I really enjoy it, and you guys do a great job and have a great chemistry, and looking forward to hanging out with y'all on another Sunday. Comics by the Bay, what's up, brother? We are inching closer to Heroes Con and getting ready to hang out. So that is going to be a blast. Um, I've I mean, just now I had taken a hiatus from doing YouTube videos and stuff just to focus on work. And yeah, it'll be good to hang out with you guys. And it's that list has really grown. Like so in Heroes Con is in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's about an hour-ish north of me. And a bunch of YouTube content, comic book content creators are going to be there. I don't know, man. I mean, we got 20 or so. I mean, there's some, I mean, from who I follow, some fairly heavy hitters. But yeah, that's his Pickles is such a good sport, man. Don't say anything. Don't tell him, man. Let him just think y'all are friends. Heck yeah, man. There's just take it's kind of therapeutic for me. I mean, a lot of times I'll go by there, just the digging just kind of takes my mind off of what's going on. So it's really kind of therapeutic for me, man. I like digging through the long boxes and checking, but it's great, man. $1.95. Can't beat it. All the highs and hellos. Yes, sir. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. Dude, I would love to travel to some more shows. Maybe I will meet you at some point, Travis. I don't doubt that. That's not it's not going to happen this year, but I would like to I think it's just fun, man. When you it's interesting because you built such a rapport with people online. Um you built such a rapport, and then you finally get to hang out with them in person. And I mean, I guess I don't know that anybody I've met has um altered my initial impressions of them. So everybody's been just as cool as we're authentic. I think we're authentic people. I think we're authentic, and we who what you see is what you get. I think that's so. I know, brother. I mean, the good. At least I bought your ticket from you, and let's make sure that please do confirm you received that PayPal, because if you recall when we did fantasy football, I sent it to the wrong Brian. So thank God that guy was gracious enough to send me a refund, and then I could send it to the correct Brian. So hopefully you did. Cool, good. Well, I hate you're not going to be there, man. The one caveat for me, and this is a selfish thing, is one of the reasons you can't be here is because you're moving to my town. So from New York to South Carolina. So I'm like, oh, I'll see Brian plenty. This is, but everybody else, man, I hate it for everybody else as well. So it's okay, man. Hey, we love you, TM. We love you, brother. You can, you know, we like them all. The camera adds 10 pounds, and I'm probably heavier than people think. So, I know, man. I know everybody's. What's going on, Chop and Drop? Look, man, hey, I appreciate you shouting other people out, dude. But it is you, and I tell you, Matt's always present. So, but it's a tough call if you vote on the if you vote on the most supportive YouTube folks. Like whenever there's a stream, somebody's in the chat, dude. Matt's the same way. I mean, it's hard to pick who your top guy is, man. I almost think we need to have like a gold, silver, bronze in that category. Meeting Ferd in person is disappointing when you find out he's really just 25 cats zipped up in it. That would be disappointing. They're doing a hell of a job if that is true. Yes. Well, hey man, we'll road trip up then. We'll road trip up next year. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I know, right? See, it's good to hear this because I know Wade was planning on hanging out with y'all at some point. So Wade needs to hear these things, Jason. Yeah, my first big con was Heroes Con last year, and it was really good. So I know, man. I'm gonna see. I didn't know Big Leg was going, but I saw that shoot, he keeps changing his name, and Chungy said that him and Doc Joe are going together, I think. And I think they're only going on Sunday. So I told them, hit me up and we're going to meet up. So we'll make sure to post a picture in the Discord once we get to, if we get to meet up. I would love to meet those guys though. I agree, man. It's awesome. I need, there's times when I focus on work, it's my mental health suffers. So doing this stuff makes me it makes me feel good. So Ric Flair, man, the nature boy. He's my brother-in-law. So I'm repping my University of South Carolina Gamecocks today, who happened. So last weekend we played number 1 ranked LSU in baseball. We stomped the tar out of them on Thursday. We're beating them badly on Friday, which I was at, and gave it away in the 8th inning. And then bad weather came in, so we couldn't play the rubber match. So, and I posted a picture on Instagram. Those of you who follow me on Instagram saw that beautiful, dude. It's beautiful. I wish you guys who are baseball fans, I know Trey's a huge fan. I know Pickles and Ferd. I wish you guys were closer here so I could take y'all to a college baseball game, because the SEC, I mean, there's like 8 teams in the top 20. So South Carolina is ranked number 6, and we are at number 4 Vanderbilt this week. So we had number 1 last week. We're at number 4 this week. And then next weekend, we are hosting number 3 Florida Gators. So it never lets up. But last night, let me make sure I get right. What was the final score? Last night was okay. All right, we beat Vanderbilt at their place 14-6 last night, behind 5 home runs, and we had 5 home runs, and Digger, we done put Clemson to bed in about every sport this week. So you take I can't. You're not a Clemson fan, dude. There's zero chance. Zero chance. You might better. Yeah, you might better. We smoked them in baseball already. We beat them in football. So sorry, man. I know, man. And they've had a good baseball team, yeah, I figured you'd be Gators for sure. Arkansas's tough, man. They're right up there too. I think they're number 5. There's 5 teams in the top 10, man. It's ridiculous. But we do have remember this name. So Ethan Petrie is a true freshman, and he's a monster. He's a legit monster. Dude's like 6'4". I don't know what they fed this kid, but he's like 6'4", and he tied the freshman record at the University of South Carolina, which was set by Justin Smoke, who played professionally for quite a while. I know he was with Toronto for a while. Justin Smoke had the freshman record. Through 60 some odd games, he had 17 home runs. Petrie just Ethan Petrie just tied the freshman record for home runs last night. He hit his 17th in 34 games. He is a monster. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we got the weather for it. I mean, here kids play baseball year round. We just have the weather for that. So yeah, Arkansas is tough too, man. Yeah, I mean, really, you figure though, that's the money sport. You know, football is the money sport. And y'all were, dude, there were a few years ago, man. Y'all were in the top, 5 or 10 in football. So yeah, it's that's the price you pay. These other sports suffer because that's the money sport is football. All right, Digger, we're still friends, brother. It's okay. It's all good. Although my sister went to Winthrop University, and I'm not a Paladin. No, they're not Paladin. They're Eagles. Winthrop Eagles. I'm not an Eagle fan. It's all good though. It's all good, brother. Hey, y'all check out. Everybody in here's got a YouTube. Pickles is on with Ferd. Everybody else has their own YouTube. So y'all go sub them up if you see an unfamiliar face. So, Second Charles, y'all know this is like my stream is a hangout that is also about football. So, or football. Well, this baseball, sports. It's also about comics. So I'm going to interact with you guys. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I enjoy. It's good for me to do that. So Second and Charles. So they had some of this Ultimates run, man. And I was not collecting at the time. We've been talking about it on the Discord. And just that Jonathan Hickman's coming and doing Ultimate Invasion. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go snag some of this stuff. So this little couple of issues here was a pretty important run. So I'm gonna read these. Got that. That was $1.95. Not a super expensive issue. I think there's some in the next couple of issues, like they kind of start talking about. I think maybe there's some mention of the maker in there. I think maybe this one is where he was first revealed as to be Reed Richards. Cool cover. And $1.95. And then this is issue 9. How dope is that, man? That's the first cover of the maker on issue 9 there, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, sorry guys, that one was 95 cents. What was this one? I didn't even look, man. I was so happy to see him sitting there. So $1.95 and 95. I was so happy to see him sitting there. I snagged him. So yeah, Second Charles. Hey, y'all ever if y'all are ever in the area, we'll go there. That's the one place I have not taken Brian LCS yet. So we'll do that. Shot for Comics. What's up, brother? My man has been working hard with his artwork. He's got members of the community who are caricatures have become the Shopverse. It's the Shopverse. That's exactly what it is. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. We got some hellos. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. All right. So let me get this slide rocking and rolling. Okay. So I probably should have titled, this is what you guys came here for. I probably should have titled this, it's more like mutant characters. And I went back and added, so you see it says my top 10 B and C. And I went back and added and D because we're dipping into the D-list stars on this list a little bit too. These are just characters that I like that I think would be cool to show up somewhere along the way. Some of them have, but there's a point at which there's a couple who have made appearances. I don't know if the shows did well enough to really move the needle for these characters, and also I think it got different where, well, if they show up in movies, it's different than if they show up in shows. That's kind of what what we see. So I'm going to jump right in, guys. This is I do like this graphic. I need something without my mug on it, so of course I got my logo. So this is my top 10 B and C and D list X-Men characters to spec on. So number 10 is it's kind of a funky one, and I thought it's kind of fun, but I've got my box of the books that I've actually got. I believe all of these I have. So the people that I'm talking about, you won't find. So what I've done is I've put a picture of the character. We've got their first appearance, price range for picking up that first appearance, and then just a little synopsis. So Shark Girl can transform into a shark. So that's an appropriate name for that character. She can retain full memory of herself and therefore has her human consciousness while in her shark and transformational forms. In transitional form, she is able to stand erect on her legs and retain the use of her hands. So, yeah. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. That's funny. Nick's Kicks and Comics. What's up, brother? I know, dude. I hear you. There's a lot of cheap ones, man. This stuff is not like super expensive. It's not super expensive. So, hellos and hellos and hellos, man. That is phenomenal. I appreciate you guys hopping in. So yeah, kicking it off with Shark Girl, just kind of a fun one. That's not no, I don't think she'll be in the X-Men movie, but it's just kind of a fun one. Up next. So that was number 10. Number 9, I do like. Frenzy first appeared in X Factor number 4. So the reason I like her, she was actually rumored to possibly show up in the I think maybe they had talked about her for She-Hulk for a little bit there as just pure unadulterated speculation. And I like her a lot. She's been in numerous X teams. She's actually been in AIM on there. AIM has a division that's the security division, and she was a member of AIM in their security division. So Frenzy is a mutant who possesses steel hard skin that makes her resistant to most forms of conventional physical injury, as well as temperature extremes. Frenzy also possesses superhuman strength. So I think, $7 to $12, I think might even be a little high. I mean, I think that's something that might pop up in a dollar bin. In fact, a lot of these probably could easily be in dollar bins. So, make a little list and keep an eye out for them. But I like Frenzy. That's she's a tough female character, and has just been used, like, with the exception of Shark Girl. I don't think Shark Girl's been used a ton, but with the exception of Shark Girl, all of these characters have been used along the way. I mean, you'll see a lot of these people who have been used in different iterations of X teams. So number 9 is Frenzy. Number 8, Nature Girl. So I know I've got Nature Girl in here somewhere. Yeah, number 8 is Nature Girl. So first appearance, Wolverine and the X-Men, number 1. This is the 2014 run, and kind of a neat character. Obviously possesses the mutant ability to control and connect to the aspects/forces of the natural world, such as commanding the elements, faunal life, floral forms, and other biome phenomena. Lynn has been shown to interact with, affect, and communicate with most, if not all, forms of animal and plant entities. And I probably could have put their actual name on here as well. But a lot of these characters are diverse characters too. So this is the 2014. There was one before. I think it was before this. I think there's a. Well, don't hold me to that. Just if you're looking for this book, it's the 2014 Wolverine and the X-Men, and there were two of those. So, what's going on, Frank Garcia? Another Discord member. Appreciate you swinging by. Have you heard of any of those? Have you heard of so far of any of these characters? So Nature Girl, she's been used a lot. She was a prominent member of. Yeah, I've actually got a box of just X characters. So let me switch back real quick. So she was actually been a member of Generation X, and that's her there on this lovely Terry Dodson cover. So she's been a member of a lot of these obscure X teams, and she's not. They literally just did a series focusing on her. X-Men, I think it was X-Men Green. It just came out last year. So they are obscure if you're only reading like the primary X titles, but there's some other stuff slathered in there, and this is a result of these rabbit holes I go down, like a lot of us do, where we start digging and start looking, and we're like, holy crap, look at all these X characters. We're obviously doing probably more obscure to less obscure as we go too, Wade. So we'll get down the list a bit, but I think some of these would be cool, man. They're diverse characters and they've got unique skill sets, and that was kind of my reasoning for. Nah, man, just focus on a couple of areas. It's and you're probably, I'm not in there as much as a lot of people are. I mean, a lot of people are like, a lot of people are like jumping in there and yes, I feel like he's got a bunch. I'm not sure that we're seeing all of his Spider-Man pillow collection. Yeah, you can get behind easily. So don't beat yourself up too much, Jason. It's all good. Dude, that was that was hilarious. No, I'm not blowing that balloon up. That was funny. There we go. True comic fan, man. True comic fan. Okay, so let's go back to, what do I want to do? This one? Yeah, let's do this one. This one does make it a little larger. Why don't we do that? Let's toy around with this this deal here for a minute. Grogu record. What was that from? Interesting. I like Grogu, man. That's cool. All right, so number 8, Nature Girl. Very obscure character. Unique skill set. Diverse character. Has been used in the comics. So, hey, man, I'm just delivering the information. Don't kill the messenger, okay? Although this is my personal list. There's a lot, I thought about a lot of people I left off. This one I really like. I like Boom Boom a lot. Boom Boom can create and launch bombs, explosives, and other volatile objects from her hands that range from small to giant scales. These bombs can explode with concussive force. So, first appearance, Secret Wars 2. Number 5. Yeah, as I look through my X-Men spec books, there's there's some omissions. There's definitely some omissions. Um, but yeah, these are folks I like. So Boom, first appearance of Boom Boom. I've got like 3 newsstands, or excuse me, 3 directs and a couple of newsstands here. Let's go that way with it. But that's the first appearance of Boom Boom. She's been used a ton, and she's also had an affinity for changing her name a lot. So she's been Boom Boom and Meltdown and a lot of different stuff. Please, yeah, yeah. Please post a picture in the Discord. That is really cool. Really cool. Man, we share some neat collectibles with each other in there. So if you're into that stuff, man, come check us out. Yeah, so Boom Boom I like a lot. They use her a lot. They did a one shot last year that I picked up with her, and actually a couple of these characters on my list were in they were in a they were in uh was it Secret X-Men or so, there was something that came out last year, and Boom Boom was one of the characters, and a couple others. Don't want to spoil anything, but a couple others on this list as well. So number 7 is Boom Boom. Secret Wars number 2, or Secret Wars 2, number 5. And $6 to $11. I think that's another one where, she's not on the cover, so might be another character that you might not, some might be sitting in a box somewhere, and nobody knows what they have. But I do like her. Really cool skill set. Number 6. Now this is one of my absolute favorites. On Ferd's show last week, he did some Asian characters, and this is one I threw out there while I was watching. I said, "Hey, I got another one for you, Ferd. First appearance of Armor, Astonishing X-Men number 4." And so I had been buying like her first appearance a good bit. Because these books are cheap, man. These are cheap. And then I started looking. All right, so let me go over these particulars for who this is and why I like her. Armor, really cool character, and I think this photo really shows what her what her skill set is, and it's super unique. Again, a female Japanese character. First appearance, Astonishing X-Men number 4. The cover A is really cheap. So Joe, this is my list. This is my so it is it's just my list of the top 10 obscure mutant / X characters. And I was just mixing it up, trying to do something. This is something I've been talking about doing for a while, and I've had the slideshow, and it gave me a reason to work on some slides, and which I don't usually do. I just raw dog it. I raw dog these streams, man. I jump in, hit that record and go live button, and we just make it to the end. So me too, man. So it's the armor of her ancestors. It's really cool. And that's, nobody has that ability. What's up? 78 points of articulation. Hope you are doing well. Super cool Instagram. If y'all are not following 78 points of articulation, man, it is an art form. Dioramas and that he builds and poses his characters and stuff. It's really, and the photography is phenomenal too. So good to see you, buddy. What's happening? It's all good, Joe. Hey, Joe, are you going to Heroes Con, correct? because we've got to we will have to coordinate as we get closer, and we will have to meet up. Yes, that is right. And there was a lot of cool characters that popped up in that run too. What's up, Commander Cody? I didn't see you slip in there, brother. I like her a lot, man. Yes, I've queued up the trade because I wasn't collecting at the time, so I missed all this. I queued up the trade paperback, and I'm going to get that and read that. So I want to read some of the Hickman stuff. I want to read that Joss Whedon run for Astonishing X-Men. I'm just like, there's a lot of good stuff in that run. So I love seeing it, man. I love seeing it. You're welcome, brother. You deserve it. You deserve it, man. It is good stuff. Yeah, I've got the trade queued up. So, all right. So real quick. So when I started liking that character, I was like, I just kind of went nuts because these things were so cheap, and picked up a bunch of them along the way. You know, do I have anything that's not direct? Maybe all these might be direct. So yeah, it looks like they all say direct. But then I got to thinking, as we comic book degenerates oftentimes do. And oh yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Post a picture of it in the Discord, man. I'd love to see it. That's really cool. Yeah, the Grant Morrison run was wild too. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of those trades and just go back because I took so much time off from comics that I want to, you know, I read. I mean, if I'm not reading, I've got a few titles right now I'm reading that I talk about pretty regularly. I do Batman, I do Detective Comics. One that I've been picking up was like Ghost Rider, and I was like, I'll give it a try, and it's actually been really good, man. I've enjoyed that Ghost Rider run so far. But if I'm not reading anything new, I'm dipping back into the boxes, and you can see I'm like in the middle of trying to organize stuff. Dude, that is dope, man. Yeah, I'd love to see pictures, maybe in that flexing your collection section or something. But I would love to see those, man. That is really cool. So I got to thinking, as us comic book degenerates oftentimes do, I was like, all right, there's a 1 in 10 of that. So I start looking it up, and it's 15 to 20 bucks, you know, because, well, I don't know. It's kind of an odd place at issue 4 to 1 in 10. I don't know if a lot of people were buying it. So I don't know I haven't really done any research on how many of them are out there. But I said, all right, well, let's see if we can find these. 15 to 20 bucks minimum is what I was seeing. So I was like, well, crap, that's out of reach. And I really like, you know, if the character, so if Armor had been on the cover, I probably would have been a little more aggressive about trying to track her down. But since she wasn't, I wasn't really looking. Then I stumbled upon this. This just came in the mail like a couple of days ago. There was a seller. This is the 1 in 10 for that book. And now they are varying degrees. You can see a little this was probably the worst copy that I saw in here. So I took it out just to flip through it. Yeah, man, it sets the bar so high it's kind of tough to I get it. I get that. So varying degrees of, but this one was one of the worst. There's a little corner deal there. Some of these have color rub, so are they perfect? No. They were packaged in one thick bag to get like a comic book bag, a thick one together. All these. But they were offering 10 copies of the 1 in 10. So I'm like, okay, 10 copies with shipping was $32. So keep in mind, one was 15 to 20. So I've got 10 copies of the 1 in 10 of a character I really like. Um, and she, like I said, she's not on the cover, but really dope. 10 copies of that 1 in 10. Like, where the heck did this guy get 10 copies of the 1 in 10? So I got 10 copies, and then I start bagging them and realize, hey, wait, I've got 11. He threw in an extra copy. So there's 11 copies of the Astonishing X-Men #4, first appearance of Armor, 1 in 10. I got 11 copies for less than $33. So that's a high five that screen for me. But I just thought that was cool as heck, man. And when we track down stuff like that, that's like, so that's one I need to post in my pickup section now that I wanted to kind of save that little nugget for the stream, but I'll spread them out on my spread them out on my desk and take a picture and post them in my hall, in our hall section on the that hall section on our Discord. So yeah, I want to do that one too. I've got some Grant Morrison stuff. I saw a bizarre documentary about him, man. He is a unique individual, very unique. But I like him, I pulled out actually to read when I was talking about going back to older stuff. I absolutely agree, Cody. That is, yeah, really, really good stuff. I pulled out the Gothic Dark Knight, the Gothic run that he did. That little, it's just 5 issues. I pulled that out to read. Yes, those are like, that's what we like. Speculation. I mean, no, they were there because nobody cares, But it's like, man, for that I couldn't pass it up for that price. I really do. I really do. I'm a comic book degenerate, just like the rest of us here today. So, yeah, that's wild, man. That is wild. So 11 for $33, and they, the cheapest one I saw was like 15 to 20. With shipping, I would say probably at least 20 is the minimum. So, yes, yeah, he is an interesting character, man. Very interesting. Right. Yeah, I don't Southpaw Brad don't play with that. It was interesting. I want to go back and I found it. It was on like Amazon Prime or something. I think I watched that one and a Neil Gaiman, and probably I'll go back every once in a while and just watch the Image Comics Revolution one. That one was a lot of fun. So yeah, I just wanted to share that find with you guys, man. 11 copies of the 1 in 10 of one of my favorite characters, and it's like, well, Brad, if she's your favorite, why is she sitting at number 6 on your list? I'm like, well, we just got to see. We're hitting the top 5 now. So number 5, Marrow. Dude, I'm a big Marrow fan. Like Marrow a lot. So her first appearance is in Cable. Let me find both of these. I got a couple of these. First appearance is in Cable number 15 from the run was from 93, so it's been a while. But I'm usually not a big fan of first appearance as a kid, as I think most comic collectors, would probably agree with this. This is her first appearance as a kid. Which is why I posted two photos. Her first appearance as an adult is in X-Men Prime one shot, the lovely acetate cover. So, but a mutant able to control her bone growth, providing her with armor, clubs, and knives. I mean, there again, a unique skill set, man. I love it. Very unique skill set for a character. So, I see no reason why we shouldn't see Marrow. I don't think she's been in anything yet, but I just like that skill set, man. She's battled Spider-Man, and I just like her as a character. So I'd still put her a notch ahead of Armor, even though I love Armor a lot. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Armor in a show, man. Let's get Armor in like one of those Um, they use armor a lot. They use Marrow a lot. Marrow was in that secret X-Men one shot from last year. So they use these characters a lot in the comics. So I didn't necessarily base this on movies because I think I think we got to get back to that. I think we've got to get back to not. I don't know if the rest of the world will, but I think we got to get back to not speculating on a character because we think they might show up in a movie. We might need to speculate on a character because they're being used. They obviously somebody who's making the decisions at Marvel and DC and Image and wherever you like to buy. Obviously somebody who has some power likes these characters. So we start seeing them pop up, and maybe that's the it's the new old reason to speculate on characters is to, hey, let's obviously they're being used. Let's roll with them. So number 4 is Pixie. Like Pixie a lot. I don't know, she might have popped up in one of these shows. I didn't see all these like CW-ish shows, so forgive me if I've missed her somewhere along the way, but possesses insect-like wings, allowing her to fly with great maneuverability and speed. Her mutation allows her to produce a pixie dust that causes hallucinations. She has teleportation ability and can summon soul daggers. And what a beautiful image. The image that I chose there. I'm not sure what that is from, but if that was a cover, I would be buying it. I would definitely be buying that one. Yeah, same. I agree. There's a good little run of like female characters here on this list. Not a problem, Slat. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope not. She's been used a lot, so maybe like that's kind of my my thinking behind her, but possibly. But it would be cool if because she's been like, involved in New Mutants and stuff. She's been involved in X-Men. I think she was even in the Secret Invasions X-Men as like a main character. So yeah, that's so her first appearance, New X-Men number 5, $6 to $8. I got a few of those, $6 to $8. And yeah, just another one that I feel you. I think we got to have, that could be the case. But yeah, you never know, man. You never know. And I think there again, like my thinking was if we get back to like I was just thinking about when I go down these rabbit holes, and I was just thinking about who are some relatively newer characters, say introduced within the last 10 years or whatever. 15 years, whatever. Who obviously somebody at Marvel likes because they keep showing up in these things. She is, but I mean, hey man, if you can teleport and you can summon soul daggers and you got pixie dust, that's that might help you stick around for a bit. So yes, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you on Thursdays again too, as your schedule permits. So it was awesome. You did a great job that first go round, man. And we had been communicating for what seemed like forever because I won that amazing Magneto giveaway that you did, and so I've been a fan of your content for a long time. So it was awesome to finally put a face with a name and hear a little bit about your background. So look forward to seeing you back on there again very soon. Thank you so much. All right, so we're down to number 3, guys. Sync. We're going with Sync on this one. So Sync, I like Sync a lot. Oh shoot, my Sync is in another box. Not bad. So I had something I did want to show you of relevance here. That just to keep an eye out for as you're hunting for these things. Sync, I really like Sync a lot. I know I've said that on every character, but I mean, what do you expect? It's my top 10, you know, so of course I'm going to say that. But Sync has really has been used a lot. So this is what made it so tough as we get down the list. I probably could have put Armor in front of Pixie, I think. I probably could have put Armor in front of that. Right? I know he is. I mean, there's so ability to duplicate superpower beings' powers. I think he has to be in proximity of them to use their powers. I've seen covers and images of him with Wolverine's claws. So it's not just the ability to take on their powers; it's the mastery. That's that second sentence there. Mastery of any powers duplicated. Um, uh, metabolize bioenergy signatures, sense and track superpowered beings. So I am a fan of Sync. They've used him a ton. You know, another character. See, this is, and I think this is what the conversations we have on the Discord. And Trey, I'm glad to see you there because this will kind of touch on a little bit of stuff we've been talking about in the Discord. But one of the things about this character, I would rather see a Sync than see them change the race or sex of an existing character. Give me Sync instead of gender swapping or race swapping, whatever you want to call it. Just give me a Sync instead. And you know, and like, yeah, I agree, man. Right. I see where you're coming from. It's probably a little more advanced than Rogue, but I get where you're coming from. I get that. Who knows if we'll ever see Rogue. So, but they use him a lot. I'd rather see a Sync than for them to change an existing character. Just give me an awesome character of color, and let's stop playing around with this other stuff. You know, let's so the X-Men 36 first appearance, and I wanted to show you this. You see the hologram strip in the back. So you've got two versions. You've also got one with just a plain red strip in the back. Two different that's an A and a B cover. Two different. So I just like to buy, I mean, for this price, I mean, this is your A and B. These are your variants. So for that price, I just stack whatever I find. And I mean, shoot, I've got a bunch. I mean, I got a bunch of them. But I like him a lot and think, but I see that is a good yeah. I get where you're coming from on that. Right. Yeah. Let's Sleepy Reader 666. Damien, how are you doing, my friend? Please do yourself a favor and go check out. This guy is the, Omnibuy King. He is the review. He's one of 3 review guys I like to watch, just very knowledgeable. So, Damien, thank you for being here. I do appreciate you, my friend. I know, man. Let's get on with it. I'm with you, Pickles Nichols. Let's get on with it already. Let's get that live action. All right, so we're down to number 2, folks. And if you wonder why these why a top 10 takes an hour, I have to. I am compelled to interact with my chat. My chat is my lifeblood. It's my people. So So I got to interact with my chat. If I didn't interact and I just ran through it, we would have a lot shorter video, and I'd probably have a lot more subs. So if you know a friend, y'all click that like, click that subscribe, and and right, I get you, man. I get you. Um, yeah, I'd probably have a lot more subs and a lot more subscribers if I didn't talk to folks so much. But you guys are my people. He remembers smelling the latest X-Men issue and was able to remember Polaris smelling of coughing, was able to use her power to destroy. Holy cow, dude. That's nuts. And I haven't read that, but I felt so with X-Men now, I felt like there wasn't a jumping in point because I wasn't sure. Like I I always felt like when all this Krakoa stuff started happening, I felt like I had missed the boat. So that there wasn't a jumping in point where I could go back and figure it out. So Trey, if I'm wrong about that, tell me. Tell me. That's cool. So you guys who've read X-Men, I've always liked the X-Men, but I just didn't feel like I had a jumping in point. Okay, number two, Blink. I like my girl Blink a lot. Now I know she's been on a one of these CW tween shows. I'm not sure if that counts. Was she in like one of the X-Men movies? She was killed off rather quickly. I don't think they should kill her off. I like Blink as well. She's had her own series too. First appearance, Uncanny X-Men 317, $6 to $10. I feel like this is at a con, digging through some long boxes. This is like one of those $2 pulls, So Uncanny X-Men 317. She's a mutant with the ability to create teleportational warps and carries a dagger and a set of javelins. Her mutant name refers to the blink sound that occurs when she opens portals. So that's pretty cool. So same deal with Sync, and I swap those names all the time. Uncanny X-Men 317, the hologram, and the like regular stripe version. Cover A and cover B, 317 A and B. So yeah, another character I like a lot. She was in maybe that Days of Future Past or whatever X-Men movie that came out. They didn't pay her much respect though, and who can count on Fox to do anything with it? All right, I'm gonna get you and 78 to give me a jumping point. I'll dive in. I like to read. I'll dive in. No. Dude, you consider Wolverine a D-list character. Is that right, Jizzy? Is that right, Jizzy? All right. Yeah, I like her a lot. She is a neat character. Huh. Those are tough to find, man. I've picked up like a couple of the other issues because I don't see them all that often. Wolverine is a B-list character. Okay. All right. All right. No, it is not. It's a character. So I didn't intend this when I embarked on this journey. I did not intend this to be the case, but you notice a lot of these there's some diverse characters. There's some unique skill sets. So when I put it together, I was like, all right, cool. This is something we can work with. So number 1 on the list, dude has been held back for far too long. I'm going with Forge. Forge is my number 1. So Forge is a mutant with a superhuman intuitive talent for inventing mechanical devices backed up by the ability to visually perceive mechanical energy in action. So, to me, he's always been kind of like a second class citizen. He is a Native American character with, again, a unique skill set. It's just it's time we see him. It's time we see old Forge in something. So I pulled out, let's see. All of these are direct. I got four copies of his first appearance. Uncanny X-Men number 184. There is a Canadian price variant. There is a Mark Jeweler for this as well. So yeah. But I like Forge. I like Forge a lot. He's it's time. It's time to get him out in the mainstream. Let's bring him out of the shadows. Yeah, see, that would have been that stretch I wasn't collecting or reading. Cool. So y'all are just like drawing me right in there. Just draw me right in, Trey. Very cool. Yeah, I hear there's interesting things going on. Thank you very much, Damien. Thank you. Yeah, I just don't think he's utilized enough. That's right. Well, that his first appearance is it's either the next issue or I think it's 185. Him and Storm love story on the cover. So his first cover is the next issue. Oh yeah, he liked those the wild ladies. He liked the wild ladies. So yeah, that's it. It's guys, I hope you enjoyed my list. Completely subjective. It was my own my list. It is debatable, of course. And that's what we like to do is talk about comics and say, oh, well, Brad, I would have left so-and-so off and put this person on. And that's cool. I love those conversations. I want to thank all of you for showing up. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for dropping in. I had a blast. Thanks for showing up on a Saturday. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Go Gamecocks. We are first pitch is at 3 p.m. So I don't know. It might be on ESPN or SEC Network or something. Yeah, check us out. Right. Yeah. That's I had a bunch of those. I mean, that's the copy of that I have is the one I bought when it came out. So a lot of that X-Men run was like that was my jam back in the day. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm gonna check out. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. And tomorrow, Sunday, make sure you check out Pickles Nichols and Furbird the Nerd. They will be going live on their YouTube channel. I believe it's 1:30 Eastern. So do the math. And on the radar, which I posted that link earlier. Let me see if I still got that. Yeah. Check out our friends over at On the Radar. And from there, you can find your way to the Discord, which I highly recommend. We've had a fantastic time talking comics and talking junk and talking talking a lot of stuff. So thank you guys. Scope it out if you're looking for some premium content. And as Marcus says, some alpha. If you want some alpha about some collectibles, man, check them out. So guys, have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. I love you. Talk to you later.